Day, January the 29th to Saturday, February 1st, 2025. During the exercise, the following activities will be undertaken. Registration of new members, including students aged 16 and 17 years, as identified by the NRM Village Committee, and checking the accuracy of members' particulars. At the end of the update exercise on Saturday, February 1st, 2025, a village baraza will be held to scrutinize the register and subject it to a public audit where ineligible members will be deleted and any eligible members physically present be added. Announced by the Right Honorable Richard Todwang, Secretary General of the NRM.
Welcome back. Now in business news, Uganda has risen from the 9th place in 2017 to the 4th place in the 2024 ABSA Financial Markets Index. At the report released in Kampala, Deputy Governor Bank of Uganda, Tengago, hailed the steady progress, noting that the performance is a testament of a resilient economy driven by strong macroeconomic performance and transparency.
Uganda celebrates this milestone achievement. It's imperative to recognize that there's still a lot of work to be done, says Dr. Tingyego, the acting governor, Bank of Uganda.
We need to emphasize so much on product diversification. We are working to diversify our financial products, including green bonds, sukuk, and infrastructure bonds, to appeal to the broader investor base. And then, of course, something that we're working with the Ministry of Finance are the high tax rates, such as the 15% dividend tax and withholding tax on government securities. They remain a disincentive because in the region this is not the case.
This year, Uganda's score increased to 63, driven by strong macroeconomic performance and transparency.
We believe robust financial markets are essential for Africa's growth, enabling access to both domestic and global capital. This year, we're in the process of actually reintroducing our custody business, offering customers a comprehensive suite of banking products, including foreign exchange trading, securities lending and borrowing, capital markets administrative processes and services.
While the ascent is welcomed, the finance industry leaders acknowledge that continuous effort is necessary.
The report is ranking peers, but for our own country, it tells a good story. Why? Because the country needs to have that environment to mobilize funding or financing to support the country's growth. As you know, we have a very ambitious growth target for 2040.
This positive trend encompasses all 6 essential pillars that drive financial market development: market depth, access to foreign exchange, market transparency, local investor capacity, macroeconomic opportunity, and the enforceability of financial agreements.
Pillar 5 looks at the macroeconomic environment and transparency. On this pillar, Uganda scored very well. We are in 2nd position with a score of 87. The scores increased in 17 countries and reduced in 11 countries. This score considers the macroeconomic environment, transparency of economic data, and policy decisions. We saw many of the economies recovering from the pandemic and, of course, the Russia-Ukraine war.
According to the 2024 edition of the index, an impressive 82% of 29 participating countries reported improved scores, marking the highest level of enhancement in 7 years.
Looking for instant excitement? The Uganda National Lottery Spin for Cash game is now available online. Wherever you are, you can join the excitement for just 500, 1,000 and 2,000 Uganda shillings. Don't miss out. Register now on www.nationallottery.go.ug for a chance to win your share of 2 billion instantly. What are you waiting for? Play Spin for Cash now, anytime, anywhere. Ituba is the proud operator of the Uganda National Lottery. Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win. Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
A smile that is white, fresh and beautiful is a smile to be proud of. Discover new Colgate White and Fresh for the whole family with high quality and an incredible price.
And in sports, drawers for the Africa Cup of Nations have pitted Uganda alongside Nigeria, Tunisia and neighbours Tanzania. To those we've spoken to, it is an exciting draw that Uganda can excel to the next round.
Uganda has been drawn against the three-time champions Nigeria, along with 2004 winners Tunisia and neighbours Tanzania, at the draws held at the Mohammed National Theatre in Rabat, Morocco.
Uganda, another CHAN co-host, they're returning for the first time since 2019. Uganda has 6 different goal scorers in the qualifiers. They're a team full of surprises. They will be in Group C in position C3.
Cranes tactician Paul Put said Uganda will have a big mountain to climb if they are to progress from the tough Group C. Uganda will face Nigeria, an African football giant that has appeared in the finals of the Africa Cup of Nations on 20 occasions.
But I think we have to believe in ourselves. We have to take this opportunity. I always said how bigger the waves, how stronger the ship. So we have to prepare ourselves really well. Like I said, we have to go, we have to play. In 2027, we know we are hosting, so this will be a very good opportunity to show us that the players can show themselves and that we can give something to the public of Uganda.
Uganda will also face Tunisia, a North African football giant that has featured 20 times at the AFCON finals, winning the competition in 2004.
These teams are nice. Teams are good. They have been performing. To be there, it means you have been playing good. To qualify, it means you have worked a lot harder. So, in my view, I know my boys, the boys will do the best, and we are going to compete. We are not going to participate, we are going to compete so that we can make our fans grateful and be happy, because we are there to make our fans happy.
It's a tough group with Nigeria, Tunisia, as the Uganda Cranes, and then our neighbors Tanzania. But with the dedication and hard work we put up during the qualifiers, I believe we are ready to face any team on the continent, to say that we raise our flag so high. Thank you.
In Group B, record winners Egypt will face South Africa, Angola and Zimbabwe, while Senegal will play DR Congo, Benin and Botswana in Group D action. Helen Barbara and Emon Ngabo for UBC News.
And that does it for news tonight. We do return at 10 o'clock with more details. Elizabeth Nakakoni on sign language. I am Rhoda Ngonzi. Good evening.
Inspiring Uganda.
The Uganda Human Rights Commission, UHRC, established under Article 51 of Uganda's Constitution, protects and promotes human rights through receiving, investigating and holding tribunals to award damages for human rights violations, conducting research, civic education, monitoring detention centers, government compliance with treaty obligations, and presents an annual human rights report to Parliament. As part of its advocacy strategy, the UHRC last year commemorated the International Human Rights Day on 10th December under the theme, Reducing Inequalities in the Enforcement of Environmental Rights and Mitigating the Impact of Environmental Degradation in Uganda. Activities included a press conference led by Chairperson Honorable Mariam Wagadia, TV and radio talk shows, a newspaper supplement. The main event was a high-level public dialogue at Golf Course Hotel with the third Deputy Prime Minister, Right Honourable Rukia Isanga Nakadama, as a chief guest. Key stakeholders in attendance included the EU Deputy Ambassador to Uganda, the UN Women Country Representative, the Japanese Ambassador to Uganda, representatives of heads of government ministries, departments and agencies. The dialogue focused on advocating for environmental rights. It was supported by various partners.
Looking for instant excitement? The Uganda National Lottery Spin for Cash game is now available online. Wherever you are, you can join the excitement for just 500, 1,000 and 2,000 Uganda shillings. Don't miss out. Register now on www.nationallottery.go.ug for a chance to win your share of 2 billion instantly. What are you waiting for? Play Spin for Cash now, anytime, anywhere. Ituba is the proud operator of the Uganda National Lottery.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukoto Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
PDM, changing lives.
Masindi district is located in Western Uganda, approximately 220 kilometers west of Kampala. Bordering 8 districts, Masindi is a hub of agricultural activity and community spirit. Established as a district in 1976, Masindi has evolved into dynamic areas with 2 counties, 1 municipality, 46 parishes, 10 rural sub-counties, 4 town councils, and 325 village councils. The parish development model, championed by President Yoweri Museveni, aims to uplift the socio-economic status of Uganda's rural population. Through PDM, funds are allocated directly to communities to spur growth and development. Dr. Sebuguzi Fred, Masindi District PDM, FOCO, says Masindi District received significant support under PDM, with the government disbursing 4.6 billion shillings to 4,619 households across 46 parishes. Each parish received 107 million Ugandan shillings, empowering residents to invest in various enterprises.
Dr. Sebuguzi Fred are my names, the District Production Officer, Masindi District Local Government. I'm also the PDM focal point person for Masindi District Local Government. PDM, the parish development model in Masindi, we started implementing in 2020-2021, and we started with the initialization phase of PDM. In that phase, we trained our farmers, we visited households, we did visioneering, making sure that our parishes develop visions, priorities, and plans for how they would like their parishes to be, in order for their livelihoods to be transformed. So we also formed the circles. We have 46 parishes, so we have 46 PDM circles. We trained the leaders. Generally, we prepared the ground for the initial phase of the program. So we have 46 PDM circles. These ones that we have formed, we trained the leaders, and in the initial year, they received 7 million. But this money, we dispersed it last financial year. So circles last financial year, each circle received 107 million, and this money was dispersed to beneficiaries. Households were trained on how to utilize the money. They developed their own business plans after doing a cost-benefit analysis of the enterprises that they can do. So after training, households made their applications for these monies on how they would utilize them. So they got the money, utilized it according to their business plans and their success stories. Because out of each parish dispersed money to 107 beneficiaries. Of course, the PRF, the Parish Revolving Fund, the funds that we gave them, is aimed at solving the issue of credit. As you are aware that credit is quite expensive. The interest rates are quite high, and these subsistence farmers cannot afford those high interest rates. That's why government came out with these PRF funds to support those who cannot afford the high interest rates so that they can invest and improve their lives.
Ngabirano Emi, the resident district commissioner, Masindi, says the backbone of PDM's success in the area lies in the SACCOs and enterprise groups.
My name is Ngabirano Ime, resident district commissioner Masindi. I am happy to note that all the 46 parishes and 11 wards that constitute Masindi district and municipality received the funds. We spent the funds to the enterprise that they selected enterprises, and the enterprises were more of beans, maize, poultry, bull fattening, given different ecological zones. If you go to Chimengo and Chijunjubwa, they were more of bull fattening. If you go to this side of Pakani and extreme ends, more of maize. As I'm talking right now, we are in the bumper harvest. So, meaning that one of the pillars of PDM is covered. We are in the bumper harvest. Productivity is very high. We are blessed with wonderful rains. We have harvested enough maize. We have harvested beans. People who invested in poultry, they have actually returned part of the money, and we have said put it back in the circle. And we are blessed to have received also the seed oil project. So going forward, we are advising our farmers and entrepreneurs that align. If you have more than 5 acres, you can invest in maize. If you have less than 5 acres, you can do high-yield crops like nuts, beans, simsim, align them to oil seed project. We thank government, and we can guarantee without fear or contradiction that going forward, 2026 and beyond, this is going to be one of the best government intervention that has addressed the common man at the parish level, at the village level, in terms of food security, in terms of income, not only beyond, not only for food, but also for some money. And that money has transformed a common man, especially women.
Leaders like Wakungu David of Kabango PDM Sacco and Kayesu Sarah of Kabango God's Mercy Produce Traders Group oversee the distribution and utilization of funds. Wakungu David says their circle received 107 million Ugandan shillings, benefiting 110 members in 31 different enterprises.
Amabara ninyo Wakunga David, chairperson wa Kabango PDM Sacco. Kuruga sente zinu za highway ba member wa Kapango, in fact tukora kurungi. Tukafuna milioni 17 kyonka before directives za president ataka stoppingire bantu mu kugarura already tukaba tufunire interest abantu bagarura sente milioni 3 mu myezi 2. So twatotolinga milioni 17 za tuweza toto ze milioni 10 nizo sente ziriyo nizisaturatingo mbantu kandi bantu bakora kurungi muno. Abantu enterprises bakira muno kora produce na fishmonger then na poultry plus a small scale of farming. Abokuwa kichweka kitutuli na kyo hanu abantu mazima baina misiri entito kyonka bo bagendo maiso no kora business. Then enterprise group zitwina Kabango PDM Sacco ziri asatu name. Aba member abali general tuli ba member Rwanda na asatu.
Kayesu Sarah says with the funds, we have diversed into piggery and juice production, generating profits that have transformed our lives.
Amazina ganje nibanyeta Kayesu Sarah, ninturo muri Kabango Kinyara. Kaguriyo mwaka gwe 2023 mu kwezi kwa pokubanzo uko natandika kura amahuriro ga PDM. Bachifu baraba muno batugambira ngo tugende twehandikise tutunje sente za government tutomura business tukozese business zitungure. Twagenda twayihandikisa aha town council batwegesa abarukwenda kuhinga abarukwenda gukora produce abarukwenda kurunde nyameshwa kurisa twayihandikisa batwegesa konkanyo nkatorana mo gukora produce zo kutunde byo kurya nkanta ine capital nkando nyina kantu kache konkanta ine capital kandi ndonda capital yo kongeramo so twayihandikise baheza kutwegesa twaguma tuzata on council twejuza forms batuhereza forms twejuza after some time batuhereza sente twazikwata twakorache nyonaje na nashubura muhogo yo mere nashubura muhogo nashubura bihimba nashubura bicori nashubura mugusha nashubura na leta natandika gukora nkozire kumaro birobona nkozire ni savinga ndenyine group yanje yimbe ni savingamu savinga mitwari 10 kutwazitungire sente zo hamurugwe ku savinga nehahe sente nagura ka fridge kakuru naza hishomero nashabayo ka contract ko kutunda ice nagura ka fridge naguraho nakagara kakakuru ke mitwari 15 ni kwata ice njikomu muvera njitomu fridge ekwata njitwara njitunda hishomero tungama ka sente ngarakanza na hasto hayanje nkora. So sente zo nzurunde ine amagoba gombe ni nyihamwe agandi ngongera mu store store kurana agandi nshashuraho mwana wanje school fees agandi nguma ni saving na hati ni saving. So nyowe ni nsima government ya Uganda ni nsima president Museveni habo kuturetera sente zikakurakurana sito abakazi ababe bataine buyambe bataine bantu bakwahereze mukono yo kora business kutuhereza nka capital aho mpikire nimbasa kwebe isaho ni planning kugira ngo nakora nkogo mwaka nka saving nakora nyegura ka plot kanje nyombeke mwenju yanje ntandike kukoro wanje ntachipangisa rent. So nsima government nsima nabo private ba government nsima president habwe sente zatuheire twe kurakurana ninzoka jaba umwana anje ni murebera nimbasa kumuherera nagumizamo ni nkora hanga yanyambere ni mushomesa ncyo kiroto cyanje cyo gukora business nkatamu nkongeramo nkasavinga nkagurita nkombeka nkabeshaho no mwana wanje.
Beneficiaries across Masindi are reaping the rewards of parish development model investments. Munyuro Joseph of Tukure Bukora Parish Development Model Savings and Credit Cooperatives organization says investing 1 million Ugandan shillings in piggery has significantly boosted his income. Thanks to the parish development model, Munyuro is now earning more and has improved his family's well-being.
Paragange ninyo Manyuro Joseph nyowe kulira mweka yange ta saving ya tukole bukora saving and credit association kafunda sente za PDM banyazifunire nyafuna ekitekerezo kyokutandikawo pig project banyagifunire pig project egyo banyagitolereze nkagenda kwesanga eri project nungi yakusoka nkurakuraniza mangu kasobora okora magoba gange nkafunamu banyatandikire pig project egyo nkatandikawo nkatandikisa n'empuni 3 empuni 3 emeka bansaija ibiri zaba nkazi ati za empunemu kajugurawe kuzire nkajugurawo mitwaro 15 yazara boyazaire ekazara byana 10 boyamazire kuzara ya kuzabyana boyamazire obikuza byana byabaonya ruranti nanka empunu zino bwenda agamba zona ozikuza tingenda akoraki tingenda kusobora sente zenyi nawo ziro ntito so nyafunamu idea yokutunda umpunu ezindi ibiri nyazitunda nyagura byokulya nyastockinga nyatanga kulisa bwana buli then bwire bwakaikire still nyarora nti bwana bunu kam reducingo nyatunda bwana obundi nyabutunda mtoro 8 nyasobora kufuna ka sente kanyambisa nyalimamu bicholi benda asobora kulisaki empunu zange so nyasigaza empunu zino zo mukurora nizo nkoraki ndi mukulisa bwire buno ni nyenda kusima kwange kugenda la PDM kusima kwange muno bampereze sente zino nzigoboroiremu bwenzigoboroiremu nsobero okora mu bintu byaki byamugaso kandi nya improvingawo kuika targets zange kandi ezimu targets zange zengeze ninyikawo funa ndibata kandi kenkurwaniro maisoko family yange kuba nungi tukaba mumbera nungi tukasobora kusomesa abana baitu tukasobora okurakurana tukagura itaka tukakora famu enkoto then okusima kundi muno kwa PDM nisima president waitu His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni tibu wabura isenkuritwe ayatuletere program enu kumusima muno atali ya mutimogo asobero tuletera otuya munako muno itu abasigazi amaze magonyini nyonka bantaina ntandikwa chonka nyinawo idea baitu wenyafunira wakasenta ako nikyokorora ngezao okorao ebintu bine ebikuzokawo nimbasima muno mwebale muno.
Ojok Patrick of Mary PDM Sako Masindi says with PDM vans he invested in piggery which has since multiplied, assuring him of steady income.
Ninyowe baraliange Ojok Patrick nkafuna sente za PDM natandikisaho kukora nkagura mpuno ezo nkayina zizaireho zimu zikafo zikananka emekazaramu musanju emekazaramu 8 zabaye 15 nyatundamo zindi chonga zindi zirekera kugulisaho nanka byokulya kujanjaba nyamwa ya sente ezo zikunanka ezo nya abana mukazi n'abaana nyinabo abaana basoma nabawa sente ezo nya kuzikolesa mpora ya Melbourne group to saving tufuna muna loan pasente nabo nitugarayo tuikara chakatano saha nka 10 abamemba tuli bantu nka 15 twehora nituzigarayo hanyuma y'omwezi rabolemerere kuzigarayo garayo omutwe gwayo ozere nka 10 mutware 5 garayo 15 mbaini nsaba rabanye yongeireyo mfuna ne project endi nsibe nanka eno yange kintu aloko abukoba tuinawo nkoko za nanka onya zabalirano zija nizitao ubundi niziria bwana obonya bene nsobora kufuna urundi sente zine nchole ngulo kasengenka kusobora kora ki nenkoko ntandike kunanka enkoko zoziro ezinkuronda zeze nanka zinala lokolo.
The Parish Development Model beneficiaries in Masindi extend their heartfelt thanks to President Museveni and the leadership of the Parish Development Model for helping them to access funds that is helping them improve their livelihoods.
Kama jina wanaita mimi Dawaru Gloria. Grupu yetu jina yake iko Kabangu East Market Vendor Group C. Kazi mwenye mimi nafanya mimi iko fish monga. Mimi nauza samaki. Business ya samaki nafanyia kwangu sana kusinda business yote. Business hiyo mimi natoa ndani yake vitu mzuri, nafanyia kwangu profit mzuri. Na ndani ya business mimi nafanya ya samaki hiyo banafundisha sisi sheria ya samaki. Chifu yetu nafundisha sisi namna ya kuuza samaki na fisheries. Anasema sisi kuuza samaki mwenye na wanja kilo 2 mbuta kilo 2 kuanja mbele. Na gege nataka gramu kuanja 5. Business ya samaki hiyo alisaidia mimi kwa vitu mingi nilitoa ndani yake. Pesa alisaidia kusasula school fees ya watoto. Nilinunua ndani yake ngurube, project ya ngurube. Vile nilinunua books ya watoto na uniform. Ingine alisaidia mimi kusasula wafanyakazi yangu wenye nalima chini ya miwa yangu. Ndani ya business ya samaki iko mzuri vile. Mimi napiga asante ka government. Alisaidia sisi na pesa ya PTM hiyo. Pesa ya PTM alitoa mimi kama maskini. Alikuwa mimi hakuna capital. Alisaidia mimi, sai mimi iko na pesa mwenye mimi naweza kufanya naye business. Sio kwenda kuomba kwa watu wengine. Wasaidia mimi na pesa, mimi hakuna pesa. Pesa iko mzuri. Nafaa wabibi vile wanyebade pata pesa hiyo hawakuja registrana. Hawapata pesa hiyo. Na vile pesa hiyo mwenye mimi nilifanya naye vitu, mimi nataka akafika mbele huko. Mimi nataka watoto wangu wasoma mzuri, kasule mzuri na boma kama mzuri. Ndio hiyo mimi napiga asante kwa pesa hiyo ya PTM hiyo mwenye mimi nilipata ndani yake vitu.
Amanya gange ndese watu Paulo mba assistant fisheries officer wa Kabangu Town Council. Wano wetuyimiridde wetuli kizimbe ekikolebwamu abakyala abali mu group gye bayita Kabango East Market Vendor C. Group eno erina abakyala abasuka mu 15. naye kwaba 15 abali mu gurupu eyo abakyala 8 basobola okufuna esente za PDM. Sente zino ebazifuna zabayambako okwongera mu kapito yaabwe okusuubulanga ebyennyanja bino bijja ku nnyanja ya Lake Albert. Ebimu babijja ku balimi abalima okwetolola wano mu Masindi. Abakyala bano bwe batandika okusuubula ebyennyanja bakozesa za PDM, kapito waabwe yeeyongera ne baba nga basobola okusuubula obungi obusingako bwe baali basuubula nti banafuna sente za PDM. Essaawa zino abasinga bagoboddemu kwabo 8 abaafuna kwezo ssente. Ebyennyanja bino batunda ebika bingi kuba engeri gye tuli nti Lake Albert ebaako ebika bingi, naye kyembayambako mbabuulira ebika gavumenti bekkiriza okuvuba oba mu sayizi yaabyo, kugeza nga empuuta. Mbagamba oli wakuleeta empuuta mu katale atisse empuuta eyo enobeera mu kilo 2, webanga ege atisse ngeri enobeera mu grams 5 oba ziyite 11 inches, nti ne waba abijja eri mu katale tasanga tajja kola loosi wabanga aleese ebyennyanja gavumenti bekkiriza. Tewali ajja mukwatako, ajja bitusa mu katale afune amagoba. Ekirala, abakyala bano Kabango Market Vendor Group C twabayambako okutandika ekibiina kya saving. Buli wiiki basevinga emitwalo 2.5 nga bwe babagamba. Kitegeeza nti ekiseera kinaa kituuse ekyokuzzayo ssente gavumenti yabawa bajja kuba basevinze ssente ezo okusingawo like obusobozi bwabwe bujava saving yaabwe ejja basobozesa okuzzayo ssente gavumenti yabawa.
Through the parish development model, communities in Masindi are not only improving their own lives, but also contributing to the overall growth of the area's economy.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
A new dawn on Behind the Headlines with me, Timothy Nyangweso. Every Wednesday, live in our studios in the heart of Kampala, we have conversations that have analysis, explanation, but not every truth is fact, and not every fact is truth. Every Wednesday, 10 p.m. on your public broadcaster.
Public broadcaster, UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Did you know that our #1 value as a nation is to respect and protect the environment? With the current population increase of Uganda and industrialization, this has increased pressure on the natural resources, resulting into environmental degradation and global warming. Developing countries like Uganda could face 80% of the global climate change effects by the year 2030 if no action is taken. Join us here on UBC TV, Inspiring Uganda, on our Eco Plus program, where we bring you an in-depth analysis of issues that are disastrous to our environment. Every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. only on your loved station, the National Broadcaster.
Welcome to Good Morning Uganda, your go-to morning show to kickstart your day with all the latest updates.
Let's dive deep into issues that matter most to you.
In a world of stories waiting to be told, the headlines are your guide. Navigate the currents of news and knowledge with our daily updates of newspapers. Stay informed, stay empowered.
From the roar of the crowd to the thunder of victory, witness the drama unfold with our sports updates. Whether on the field or in the stands, join us as we celebrate the spirit of champions.
Rise with Good Morning Uganda, weekdays from 6:30 a.m. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Meet Karunji Rose, a mother whose daily life revolves around fetching water, raising her children, and doing her best to survive in a community she now shares with refugees. She represents a community burdened by more than just jerrycans for fetching water. The most recent waves of migration have taken place because of the South Sudanese civil war in 2013, the humanitarian crisis in Somalia in 2011, and continued political violence in both Burundi and the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC. Uganda struggles to host refugees, and limited resources have pressured rural and especially urban centers, leading to heightened social conflicts. The conflicts have pushed over 1 million people into Uganda, creating the highest refugee and asylum seeker numbers in Africa. Here in Uganda, a vast majority of these refugees are women and children. Host districts like Yumbe, Isingiro, Kamwenge, Chegegwa, Madiokolo and Terego, Chikube, Chiriandongo, Koboko, Adjumani, Lamour and Obongi have all had to contend with challenges in trying to ensure peaceful coexistence among refugees and local host communities. Refugees may be perceived as a threat or as competitors by certain groups of host nationals, yet simultaneously be viewed by other host members within the same neighborhood as contributors to local economies and development. The Development Response to Displacement Impacts Project Dr. DIP is a 5-year regional project focusing on addressing the impacts of the protracted presence of refugees on the hosting communities in the 5 Intergovernmental Authority of Development IGAD countries of Uganda, Kenya, Ethiopia, Djibouti, and Somalia. In Uganda, Dr. DIP is a flagship Government of Uganda project funded by the World Bank and implemented under the Office of the Prime Minister OPM. This influx of refugees strained both public services and environmental resources in host communities. The face-off for resources began leading to simmering tensions and a potential clash of cultures. Schools, once a sanctuary for learning, became a battleground for scarce resources. It is not just about survival anymore, it's about coexisting.
I see there has been a very good cordial relationship. From my perspective, I've seen even now the host, especially the refugees coming and marrying. There is now intermarriage between the refugees and the hosting communities. We have seen people from the hosting communities also preferring going to the settlement. So there's that cross marriages, there's that cross interaction. When it comes to business, all of them are doing business together. From the time I've been around and interacting with the settlement and also the community, there has been a very good cordial working relationship, socio-economic relationship. And you'll find that now people from even the host from the settlement. They are getting land within the hosting community. And they are coming to to dig, they are coming to render labor, they are coming to do a lot of things, even businesses.
Dr. Dip has taken steps to improve refugee host social cohesion by facilitating opportunities for interactions between host and refugee communities, including interventions that promote economic exchange and social cohesion between the refugees and host communities. Dr. Dip has helped to facilitate dialogues between refugees and host communities, bringing together local governments, development partners, and NGOs through joint activities and forums. Faith and religion were identified as a key bridging factor for communities despite language differences. They have been part of the solution of easing the tensions in host communities.
The mechanism we have there is just to involve the leaders from the refugees and the nationals. They come together, they sit together. They iron everything. Peace is preached in the church. Peace is emphasized in community meetings, in every place where people are gathered. As a community leader, our aim was majorly to see that the hosting community and the refugees stay together. The refugees who are settled here are even more than the citizens themselves within the town. So this is our home, and next time it may change to our side, so we shall go that way. Because the other time we came from the Sudan as refugees. And when they came here, we said, we are brothers, let's stay together. So anything when they ask from us, it is just given.
In schools, language is a barrier that can prevent people from talking or understanding each other. In this school, language was one of the causes of fighting between pupils. In some cases, it escalated to involve the broader community. Misunderstandings led some pupils to believe children from other tribes or countries were mocking or insulting them. School-based, child-led initiatives like peace clubs helped ease these tensions.
So Peace Club is purposely formed to have that, to improve the relationship between the refugees and the citizens, because in the past, our students, the citizens and the village would clash, say, over source of water, over any small issue they would clash. And because of that, and that now promotes coexistence between the citizens and then the refugees.
Okay, we usually tell the neighborhood to be so loyal. We know if you're faithful to someone, obviously you can be that person's security, and there you promote peace in the community.
In health facilities, the SEM sensitization encouraged through Dr. Dip helped prevent the tensions resulting from limited medical resources and facilities from spilling over into the communities.
Between the refugees and the indigenous, the relationship here is okay. When all of them come for treatment, for us we treat all. We don't segregate. As such, they are in good terms.
An additional measure was to also ensure upskilling to get refugees engaged in economic activities.
This group is called Village 1B Tailoring Sub-Project, and this is a group of 12 refugees who were trained in how to sew clothes, and they were given startup support by Dr. Dip. Initially, they received a grant of 21,500,000, in which they were trained and were given tailoring machines and then materials to sew and start earning money from their business.
While this has faced many challenges, helping refugees earn a living and contribute to the economies of the host communities and not only deplete resources has helped ease some of the tensions.
We find out like someone like Leah Ate, who is a single mother of 5 children. She is unable now to support her children in school. She have out of the money she earned from the tailoring, she has bought a land and she's farming. so she can be able to cater for food in addition to what the World Food Program is supporting.
Felan bongarati la le akilo tinade rita bontolon na yenye tatinade bonare riba ye ina de ala sidani kana yi humo se juru kilo la kapata fata yido ya kagagala ila sa sudani skilo yutu taw yi gaga yu aw mara ilo wakunda aw karalo wakunda walakini kuta tomodo ber gele piri gele kine kwa de kwa tai bota pito kindo beri.
The project made unprecedented investments in the office and administration infrastructure of district local governments with the ongoing construction of 11 district headquarters. These investments have had major impacts on service delivery within the districts and have increased the acceptability and warm reception of the project, reflected in the increased collaboration and participation of the district staff where the infrastructure was built. The infrastructure has led to an improved working environment for the local governments and thus their ability to serve both refugees and host communities. Under Dr. Dip, we can now observe host communities where language isn't a barrier but a bridge. Children living harmoniously together in schools, people trading with one another, communities and refugees having conversations about how to solve their common everyday problems. Both refugees and hosts aren't just coexisting, they are thriving together. But challenges linger. Not all interactions are associated with more positive perceptions, mostly depending on the pattern of economic interaction faced or the position held by the host community members in relation to refugees. Implementing partners have also reported difficulty in implementing the suggested 70-30 split mandated by the government of Uganda, where 30% of the humanitarian support should be provided to host communities and 70% to the refugees. The principle recognizes the generosity of the host community and means they receive some of the dividends of hosting the refugees. Often, donor support is directly humanitarian and is targeted directly at the refugees, but the two communities live side by side. While there have been many successes by Dr. Dip in enhancing social cohesion, the ongoing conflicts in Uganda's neighboring countries means Uganda will still experience influxes of refugees for many years to come. That means there is a need to address insufficient staff capacity for humanitarian protection, peace building and conflict-sensitive activities, and by using peace building as an approach across different programming sectors. Progress is fueled by the commitment to ensure that every refugee feels welcome and every host community feels enriched by the presence of refugees and all have a chance to thrive.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
A new dawn on Behind the Headlines with me, Timothy Nyangweso. Every Wednesday, live in our studios in the heart of Kampala, we have conversations that have analysis, explanation, but not every truth is fact and not every fact is truth. Every Wednesday, 10 p.m. on your public broadcaster.
Public broadcaster, UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Did you know that our number one value as a nation is to respect and protect the environment? With the current population increase of Uganda and industrialization, this has increased pressure on the natural resources, resulting into environmental degradation and global warming. Developing countries like Uganda could face 80% of the global climate change effects by the year 2030 if no action is taken. Join us here on UBC TV, Inspiring Uganda, on our Eco Plus program, where we bring you an in-depth analysis of issues that are disastrous to our environment. Every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. only on your loved station, the National Broadcaster.
buli munya-Uganda nayitinga amakuru marungi. UBC West eyina amakuru marungi kandi agali kwesigwa. Rero za program zayo ziri omu Runyakitara hamwe n'Orufumbira. UBC West eyina tekinologiya ey'omurembe eri kugibasisa kuhika omu bicweka byona omu ihanga nangu n'aheeru y'eihanga. Tukwatire aha frequencies ezo: Kisoro 97.7 Fama, Kabari 93.7 Fama, Hoima 99.1 Fama, Kampala 105.7 Fama, Mbarara 97.4 Fama, Futpoto 98.8 Fama, Masindi 5 Fama. Kurikiriza UBC West ohurire imbaganiza. UBC West empika huna.